Hi everyone, and welcome to Val Talks Pets, the forum for pet parents and enthusiasts alike. Having been in the pet industry for over 10 years now, I'm going to share with you issues and questions that arise as I work with pet parents on a day-to-day basis. I am not a veterinarian, but I do have certifications in canine, feline, small animal, fish and herptile, and avian health and nutrition from the University of California, Davis Extension. Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of Val Talks Pets. Well, it has been such a fascinating journey exploring alternative and complementary care for our pets. There are so many things that we can do for our pets' health, and I've got another great topic for us to discuss. How many pet parents are disgusted by their pet's breath? How many times have you called the vet about getting your pet's teeth cleaned and you're told that the cost is anywhere from $800 to $1,800. The cost of a simple cleaning at the vet is so prohibitive for many, many pet owners. Well, in Ontario, to the rescue came an amazing company called Kissable K9 Cosmetic Teeth Cleaning. And the founder and owner, Jill Thompson, is with me today to talk all about pet teeth cleaning and Kissable K9. Jill, welcome to Val Talks Pets.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. How are you doing?
I'm good. The weather's good, so I'm good.
Yeah. Now, I've been busy back getting lots of clinics in and...
Yes. Very, very busy. You know, there was a shutdown for a period of time, so we're ramped up and we're out doing it. So, yes, very busy.
Yeah, well, it's always good to keep busy and, sometimes it's taxing, but hey, I mean, you're great at what you do. So actually, let's go back and we'll talk about actually how you even got into this idea of cleaning dogs' and cats' teeth.
Sure. So what happened was I had a pug, a little black pug, and he had some breathing issues and his breath stunk. And I took him into my vet and I said, listen, I need to get his teeth cleaned. And they ran some tests and whatnot. And they said, unfortunately, we won't be able to do it because of his heart and his breathing. And I thought to myself, well, then what am I supposed to do, really? Like, I can't leave him like this. So I started researching, and I found out that they had been doing this in the States for some time. Mm-hmm. So, no anesthesia. You can, go in and get it. And also in BC.
Oh, in British Columbia.
Right. In British Columbia, they have a couple of companies out there that did it. So I started calling around, and the more I talked to people, the more I realized this was an issue for a lot of people, whether it was cost or whether it was, there was something with their dog where they couldn't put the dog out, or whether they just, wanted to get it done every year. And, a combination of things, money, putting the dog out, the stress and all that on their dog. So anyways, I ended up finding a place in Colorado to go and take a course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it was really super interesting because a vet down there believes that you didn't have to knock them out, that it's all, all natural. If you don't need to knock a child out, why would you need to knock a dog out?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and of course, there's lots of circumstances where you want to get your dog under anesthesia and get them cleaned and get some teeth repaired or removed. Mm-hmm. That's not what we do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We clean the teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And we leave the rest of that up to the vet. The vet is the person that can do all those, different things like, removing teeth and all that stuff. So, yeah, we just do the cosmetic end of it, taking the tartar and plaque off.
So you're scraping all the tartar and the plaque and that kind of thing, and the pet's not being put out. So No. So that's the best part, because that works, as you were saying, for maybe breathing issues, senior dogs, that kind of thing.
We see that all the time. Like we see dogs with heart murmurs and dogs that just can't go out and soft trachs and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Really? Yeah, I could see that. There's so many different things that would...
There is, yeah.
Yeah, would impede someone from putting in the dog under for, just for teeth cleaning. What do you use to clean their teeth with?
So what happens is they come in and we wrap them in a little blanket. We put them in our lap
Mm-hmm.
and we scale and we polish. So they're getting a nice cleaning,
Mm-hmm.
all natural. We give them a massage. We
Oh,
have lavender in the air, soft music going. And really, we just try to make it as natural and comfortable as humanly possible.
right. Do you have certain instruments that you use, or
Right.
yeah?
So we use dental instruments. So we use scalers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we use scalers and a polisher, and we do 360 degrees around the teeth, right? So we're getting in there, we're getting the plaque off. We're using all natural products, nothing that can harm the dog. We open the mouth and we see that it's, egregious and we can't do it. For sure, we would never attempt. That's not what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Then the owner is called, or we go out and we talk to the owner and we say, listen, it's too far advanced for us.
Mm.
This isn't what we do.
Oh, I see.
And nobody is ever upset about that because we're acting in the best interest of the pup.
Right.
So, as long as it's explained, sometimes we'll have a picture and we'll show them a picture and say, this is really for a vet. This isn't for us. And they're not charged and they go home.
Nobody could argue with that. That's right. Yeah, because I
No.
could see that because they probably thought, well, you know what? I thought I'd give it a try. I wasn't
Right.
sure. But yeah,
Yeah.
so no harm, no foul. They didn't have to pay anything and, they got the information they needed. It's time to go to the
Yeah.
vet. Yeah.
Or if their dog won't settle. I mean,
Mm.
it doesn't happen that often, but if a dog won't settle, again, we're acting in the best interest of the dog.
Mm-hmm.
So if the dog, is really upset or the blood pressure's going high or whatever, we call it and we'd say, to the parents, it's not worth getting your dog upset for. Again, doesn't happen all the time, but those are the type of the reasons that we would let a dog go and just, don't pay and,
Right.
it's a little out of our scope.
So have you had, I mean, there's dogs that won't settle because they just don't want to stay still and that kind of thing. But what about if there's any dog that gets kind of snappy and, maybe
Well, we
they're
can do
biting?
snappy dogs, but
Okay.
usually they're only snappy because they're scared. They're
Mm.
not snappy because they're they're a bad dog. It's
Mm-hmm.
more that they're just snappy because I don't know you. Are you going in my mouth?
Yeah.
Type thing. Like, hey, lady.
What's
And
going
then
on?
yeah, exactly. So once we start massaging them,
Hmm.
and we are talking to them. Some dogs like you to repeat their name over and over. We've
Oh.
even had a dog where I had to sing the whole time. You- so we work with the dog and we've been doing it so long. Like this is coming up, I think September is our 10th year.
Oh, wow.
So I know it's gone so fast.
My gosh.
So we'd have all these techniques,
Mm-hmm.
and usually the dog just settles down. I had a dog today that fell asleep.
Aw,
It
that's
was
so
the
nice.
cutest dog, and he was big. He was like, I would think about 65 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
But once we started massaging,
Yeah.
my coworker and myself, all
Uh-huh.
of a sudden the dog just totally relaxed and fell asleep.
Aw. Well, that's amazing. And then I'm sure there's the other ones that, just the whole time they're kind of wide-eyed as well, but you
Oh,
guys
for
use your
sure, for
techniques.
sure.
Yeah. Mm.
But our job is to keep in the moment, and our job is to keep uh, a sense of calm.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're calm, they're usually calm. And like
Right.
I said, if for some reason they just won't tolerate it, then they go home.
Totally makes sense. Interesting that you said about that. If you're calm, then they're calm. So you're
That's right.
really, it's like that energy that we say, the energy that goes through the leash, the energy that goes from
Exactly.
you.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's hard to teach that. So when
Very.
I'm hiring, it's
Mm-hmm.
usually people, of course, people that have worked in the business before, but I am looking for their calmness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Their Can they calm themselves? And then when they start calmly breathing and they match the dog's breathing,
Mm-hmm.
usually everything just de-escalates. It
Mm-hmm.
just goes down. Just like with children, right? If you keep
Mm-hmm.
screaming at them, they keep crying. Right.
There you go.
You keep calm, they keep calm,
Right.
usually.
Yeah, no, that's an amazing technique. I had a talk to one of my favorite groomers, Christine Santon. I interviewed her about a year ago, and she's quite the dog whisperer. She has an amazing ability to do that, and I've watched her.
Right.
She
Yes.
will hold on to the dog. She just breathes and closes her eyes and just basically channels that energy, a calmness into these dogs, and they
Yeah, and that's
just
what we do.
yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what we do.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you'll see me putting my hand above, so I'm actually trying to get my positive energy into
Mm-hmm.
the dog to calm,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll start rubbing up the on the forehead
Okay.
and tapping, and
Okay.
then all of a sudden they're going, "Oh, I get it." And the I'll breathe in, breathe out,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I'm matching the dog's breathing,
Mm-hmm.
and they start relaxing.
Yes. Interesting. It's
And
it's
the one of the reasons that we ask that the parents not stay in with
oh.
the dog,
Mm-hmm.
I used to let people,
Oh yeah.
and
Mm.
well, I did when I first started because it was so new. Nobody had a clue what I was doing.
Right.
So I I really had it to teach people so that they could tell other people.
Mm.
Um, but we don't really allow anybody in now because the dog does not relax as much
Mm-hmm.
because they want to be with their mom and dad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they start breathing heavy and I'll say, watch, you can peek in,
Mm-hmm.
but don't say anything. And they peek and they go, oh my gosh, he was like, so relaxed. And I say,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like leaving your kid at daycare, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow.
As soon as you
No.
leave, the kid goes, okay.
No, it's true, right? Because as soon as you leave them in someone else's, they just are so different, right? Than when
They
they are at home.
are.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes
They
total
are.
sense. And it sounds a little bit like you're doing a bit of um, energy work as well. I've been talking to
It
a lot of
is.
people about that lately.
Yes.
So there's a little bit
Yes.
of energy work with that, a bit of Reiki, and, you're definitely doing that, channeling that energy.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they're different parts. Like I know if they're tensing,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
where they're tensing, and then I'll massage that area,
Oh,
and then they start relaxing. And if
right.
they tense up somewhere else, I'll massage that area.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, if we have an assistant there,
Mm-hmm.
they're massaging the whole time.
Mm.
And especially if we get a dog that's really not focused and, trying to get out of our laps type thing, the other person just sits there and massages, and all of a sudden they go, well, why would I get up when this feels so good?
Yeah. I want that to happen at the dentist too.
That's right. Do you know how many people we get that actually say to us, can you do our teeth?
Yeah, I could.
I get a massage?
Yeah, I know. Please. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I was wondering as well. So you started training there in Colorado, and
Right.
so then how did you create Kissable K9? And were you doing this exclusively in British Columbia?
No, so
Oh.
what happened is I would fly out. My husband had a business out in BC,
Mm-hmm.
so I would fly out there and do some work with the ladies out there. So I was
Oh,
doing my hours out there,
I see.
and then once I was finished with that, I came back to Ontario and I started it here
Okay.
and taking clients and slowly, and then it built, and then it kind of really took off because people were so passionate about it. They kept telling their friends,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had to hire staff, and then it's kind of just you
Grew
know
from there.
grew from there.
Wow,
Yeah, and all word of mouth.
that's
There was
amazing.
no advertising at all. Like I had zero advertising budget.
That, well, yeah, but word of mouth is one of your best tools. Like, I mean, that's one of your best advertising, right?
It is, it
Yeah.
is. And as soon as we give a before and after picture so you can clearly see the results.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And once they see that, they started putting it on their Facebook. And
Right.
then people going, no way, the dog
Yeah.
was awake
Wow.
for
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
then the conversation started. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, I do know that you had some challenges getting yourself going in Ontario.
Oh, I certainly did.
Yeah.
Yes.
What happened there? Because that's an interesting
Well,
story.
well, because I was the first person in Ontario, the Vets Association really didn't have a clue who I was or what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, they had to investigate and they had to really take a good look at what I was doing. And yeah, we ended up in court over it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a long, long, drawn out process.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, it's 100% legal.
Mm-hmm.
In 2017, it got passed. And really, mostly because it got passed out in BC.
Okay.
So it got passed there about, oh gosh, 18 years ago,
Oh
17
gosh.
years ago. Right. So by the time I was in court, it really ended up being, if they can do it there, why can't we do it here?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Essentially. So, but I make sure that I am within all the guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have nothing to hide. So, I have an open communication. If they have any issues, they call me. I call them if I have an issue. And it's fine now.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it was a long road to get it to Ontario.
So they were basically giving you pushback. They did not want you actually doing this. Is
Yes.
okay. And that
Yes,
was
they did
okay.
not
Oh,
want me doing this.
I see.
It's yes, and again, the same thing that happened to a woman out there who, um, started it
Mm-hmm.
out there. The same thing happened, because it's so new. They were
Mm-hmm.
like, "What the heck is going on here?"
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't want to throw them under the bus,
Mm-hmm.
because although I didn't like any of the stuff that went on,
Mm-hmm.
I understand it.
Yeah, I guess, but yeah, I know
Yeah, I
it.
know.
Did that come out? Yeah, yeah, I know, but it sounds like there's levels to that reasoning, for the
Right,
pushbacks as well.
right.
But I can see to a certain degree because they want to make sure that you're not doing anything that would, be detrimental to the pets. They don't want you, going
Right.
under the gum lines and hurting them or any one of those things.
Exactly. And I
Hmm.
and I totally understand that.
Yeah.
It is always in the best interest of the dog. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
once we got around that, and once the judge decided that this was okay,
Mm-hmm.
everybody just kind of, accepted it, as long as we're within the guidelines.
Right. How is it working with the vets at this point? Are you finding it becoming more acceptable amongst them, or are they still,
Well,
yeah,
yes and no.
okay,
So there's some that are referring
okay,
us. These are amazing people. Most of them are holistic vets.
yeah,
So they get what I'm doing.
yep,
They understand it, what my place is in this whole
mm-hmm,
thing.
mm-hmm.
Um, and so, yes, so some aren't, some don't like me at all. Some don't like what we're doing at
Who
all,
could
and they
not
make it
like,
very vocal.
oh God, who could not like you, Jill?
Thanks.
You're one of my favorite people. How could that be? But I know it's
I
what you
know.
do they don't like, not
It's
necessarily
what,
you,
yes,
right? Yeah.
it's what I do,
Mm-hmm.
and they people can get a little hot under the collar. I mean,
Yeah.
they and I again, I understand it. I've gotten to a point in this that I don't take. I used to take it super personally,
Yeah. I could imagine.
and I don't anymore. I understand it's a, I'm just one person, and they some people feel that what I'm doing is not right or whatever, and I've got to allow them that. I
Mm-hmm.
don't take it personally anymore because my customers and clients speak for themselves.
Yeah, they sure do. Yep.
Yeah, they're the ones that are happy with it, and they make the decisions for their pet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's so funny because I've been having all these great discussions with people all in the holistic field and talking about pets and everything that we can think of. And, it goes back to an interview I did with Joanne Carr from Omega Alpha. And she said, I
Mm,
just wish we could all play nice in the sandbox.
yes,
and
yes, I
and
totally
and
agree.
I discussed that exact same thing with Wendy Patrick out in Nova Scotia. She's same thing. She goes, "Oh, I know. If we could just get
So fair.
ourselves to be working towards the best interests of our pets, but there's just restrictions within certain modalities and certain educations, and you're right about the
That's right.
holistic vets. The holistic vets are the ones that are probably embracing
Yeah.
this more. Yeah, I could see
And
that.
I had a retired vet say to me, Jill, I used to do this. I used to scale dogs' teeth in my practice, myself without anesthesia. He
Really?
said, so I totally get what you're doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I said, "Yeah, I know. I said, but can you go and tell them that?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But here's another thing. So
Mm-hmm.
for those people that like raw, and I'm a big advocate
Oh,
of
eating
raw. I
raw food,
love
you
raw.
mean?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's great for the teeth too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also a proponent of chiropractic services for dogs as well.
Yeah.
But they came under fire too. I mean, I
Yeah.
took my pug who had a disc problem
Mm-hmm.
to the chiropractor, who's a registered chiropractor in Barrie, Ontario. Amazing woman. And so I took her there, and she said she had the same problem.
Mm.
She had the same fight on her hands because she wanted to just move into, stop doing people
Mm-hmm.
and move into just doing dogs. And, she had a hard time with it.
Yes. Yeah. That's true.
She's fine. That's all she does now. She just does animals.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we all face this whenever something
Yep.
new comes up,
Yep. Oh, absolutely. And this is the discussion that I've been having with a lot of these practitioners that I've talked to. Same thing, they're doing myofascial manipulation, they're doing sacrocranial therapy,
Right.
but, chiropractic at one time, yeah, they were like, you're doing what? But, now people are like, yeah,
Yeah,
chiropractic for the dog, the horse. Horses, chiropractic and horses is like
that's right. Things are
synonymous,
changing.
big time.
People are looking, you know, what works for some person might not work for another person, but darn it, let them decide.
Mm-hmm.
As
Yeah,
long as they're not hurting their animal, as
right.
long as they've done their research,
Yes,
let them do what they think is the best for their animal.
exactly. And the
That's all
research
we've
is the best.
asked.
Yes, that's all you ask for.
Research.
Research. Yep. And I'm
Yes.
sure that if anybody had questions for you, I'm sure you would be more than happy
Oh,
to
yes.
answer tons of questions if they wanted to know. Yeah.
And Val, that is my favorite part of my business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It really is. Yeah, because they can't ask these questions sometimes, right? So
Mm-hmm.
and it is new, fairly
Mm-hmm.
new.
Yep.
And so a lot of times I'm just on the computer answering question after question after question. There is no stupid question.
Wow.
It's, they can ask me, how do I do it?
Mm-hmm.
Anything to
Mm-hmm.
make them feel comfortable. And they should be looking at all things,
Yes.
you
You got
know.
to arm yourself with your education. Absolutely.
That's right. And
Mm-hmm.
what can you do beforehand, before you need to see me? When you get a puppy,
Mm.
what is oral care? What
Mm.
do I need to be doing
Good question.
beforehand,
That's a great
right?
question. Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody's getting puppies right
No, we know
now.
that.
It's, COVID puppies and all
Yep.
this.
Yep.
And please don't forget about their oral care because it can creep up on you
Yeah.
very, very fast.
Yep.
So if you get a routine down, you might not need to see me too often,
Right.
and I don't mind that.
Yeah, there's lots of people out there. Yeah, but no, you're right. All the like the little dogs, for example. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yes.
Teeth
Like
care. Oh.
we see the little guys are number one,
Mm-hmm.
for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
One of the major reasons is, a big dog will have their food and then drink water.
Yes.
So they're splashing it out, they're rinsing their mouths out. They're also, have usually a higher chew drive.
Mm-hmm.
So the little guys, they just lap the water, they don't take much in.
Mm. I
And they've
see.
got tight little mouths, and so their food sits there longer. And that's
Okay.
essentially why. And they're not chewing.
This is the
So,
stinky breath thing.
right, right.
Mm.
And the majority of dogs, I would say 70% or 70, even 75% are small dogs.
Yeah.
Those are the Maltese, the Yorkies, the tiny poodles,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Wow. So that food must
Yes,
get in the back there
it
and
does. It
just kind
sits
of
there.
rot away.
Yeah, it just sits there. And there's a lot of times the parents can't get in the mouths.
Yeah.
and they always say to me, it's funny, they go, I don't think you'll be able to do my dog. No way you're going to be able to do my dog. And I go, bites me every time I go into the mouth. And I go, because you're mom and dad.
Yeah.
I said, but when we do it, we go right into the back. So right into the back, and I'll show them with a picture, and they go, that was in there?
Oh, God.
I go,
Yikes. Yep. Now you know why. That breath.
That's why the breath stinks.
Do you start in the very back when you're cleaning?
So what I and what I how I feel is that I do it so I can gauge like where the dog is comfortable. So let's say I start on a canine, right? And the dog's wiggling around too much. I go, he doesn't like that.
Okay.
I'll move to a different tooth. So I start on a tooth that they don't mind having it done.
Okay.
And then once they figure out that it doesn't hurt, they go, okay.
Oh.
But if you start on a tooth that's, maybe slightly sensitive, or I always start on the uppers instead of the lowers. The lowers are a little bit more sensitive because food sits in there.
Oh.
So I work with the dog.
Mm-hmm.
But I do a 360. So when I'm cleaning the front, I go to the back.
Okay.
Right? You can't just it would be totally useless just to do the front of the teeth.
Yeah, totally.
So you go 360 around, you do the whole mouth, then we look in it again, and we have headsets on. So we look in the mouth to make sure, everything's gone. There's usually some staining or whatnot.
Yeah.
But we make sure, and then we take a picture and we look at the picture.
Oh.
And then if we see anything, we go back in.
Great idea. Wow.
Yeah, because you can blow it up.
Yeah.
And see. And then we go back in, and what is that? We can't diagnose and we can't treat. We're not vets. So if there's something strange or startling, we will make a comment as in, maybe you should go see the vet, or if it was my dog, I might want to see the vet. But that's vet. That's for them. If there's anything egregious, they need to go there.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's good. I mean, you're seeing it from a perspective that those pet parents have not seen at all. So they probably have no idea. They
would have no idea,
yeah.
Because, I challenge people to go look in their dog's mouth.
Oh, I know. It's tough. It's really tough.
It is tough.
Yeah.
It is tough because, again, mommy and daddy. But when we get in there, now we will so to do the back of the teeth, we'll put a toothbrush in.
Okay.
So the mouth is open so we can see.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Well, you would never do that. So you probably wouldn't see in behind.
Right.
So it's very important to get the front and the back from, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't matter what breed, you're okay with any breeds coming in?
We're okay with any breeds. I just did a Newfie today.
Wow.
Yeah. Stunning dog.
Bet.
Just absolutely gorgeous dog. And, I was thinking when it came in, it was quite large. And there was another technician with me. The dog just laid down. Beautiful. Just laid down. We started slowly rubbing paws, rubbing the head. And we just got in there. The only dogs that we find are a little iffy about it are German Shepherds and Chows. And sometimes bulldogs. We still do a good amount of them. But those dogs, they're smart, right? So, and they love their family. So what happens is I'm in the mouth, the parent leaves, and they can get a little snappy.
Okay.
Because they're trying to protect their family member. So they feel if I'm in their mouth, they go, nope, I can't get up and I can't get to my family. And again, that's, I would say not all the time, but that's one of the breeds. They're just too smart. Rotties can be like that too. I do a ton of Rotties, but Rotties can be like that. If mom brings the children with them and they leave, it's like, I'm going with them.
Right. Yeah.
I got to protect them. Yeah.
So I guess you just have to go a little bit slower and more focused.
Exactly.
And yeah. And then I guess eventually they probably, okay, I'm all right with this. But do they ever say, no, I'm not okay with this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. We're not pinning a dog. I could never do that. I don't pin dogs. If that dog wants to get up and go, and I've tried everything in my arsenal,
Mm-hmm.
it's time for the dog to go home.
Okay. Yep.
And the people don't pay. They just,
Right.
yeah.
So is there any kind of liability if the dog were to bite you?
No, I mean,
Okay.
we know getting into this. This isn't for the faint of heart. So
Mm-hmm.
we know getting into it that there is some possibility that we could get bit. Um, but usually we don't.
Yeah.
You
Have
know,
you ever been bit? Like seriously?
I have. I have. The worst
Mm-hmm.
bite was from a Chihuahua, and I
That's
have I have two Chihuahuas,
do you?
two re
Okay.
two rescue Chihuahuas. So
Okay.
but no, just this one wouldn't settle and it bit. But I have been bit by a bigger dog, but they're not being mean. They
Mm,
are telling you stop.
mm. Okay.
So it's my job to know what stop is,
I see.
right?
That's
So
challenging.
it is,
Yeah.
but I mean, I've been doing this for 10 years and I've only been bit, knock on wood, I've only been bit a couple of times
Wow.
and usually not by large dogs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Your experience just comes through so much with everything that you're explaining about how you do everything. You can just hear all of that confidence
Oh,
and
well, thank
experience that
you.
you have. Yeah. It's
Thank you.
amazing. It really is.
And when those pups are in our laps, we treat them like our own dog. And
Mm-hmm.
that's very important, right? So we want them to be comfortable. It's
Yeah.
not comfortable for us if they're not comfortable.
Right. Yeah.
So we really, that's the thing. That's where the training comes in. That is the hardest part of the training is getting so that you understand the dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
not your dog, but you got to understand it,
Yep. Yep. Oh,
you
I
know.
totally understand that. Where that it's very specific type of person to be able to do this.
It is.
Hmm.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Really see that. Yeah.
When you say to people, "Hey, do you want a job putting your hands in dogs' mouths?" and they're
No.
and they're not under anesthesia, they're wide awake.
No. Yeah.
Now not a lot of hands go up, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. No, I can see that. But I mean, it's so
Yeah,
rewarding in the end, though, because of what
it
you
is
accomplish.
so. I have never had anybody say they hate the job.
Oh, really?
It is so rewarding, and the
Hmm.
people are so grateful.
Yeah.
That I've had hugs, tears,
Yep.
just people saying, "I can't believe you got my dog done." I mean, my
Oh.
dog's crazy. My dog won't sit still for a minute, and I really wanted this to happen. They're sitting, some won't even leave the parking lot. They're in the car waiting for a call going, "We can't do your dog." So by
Oh.
the time they come in and they see the before and after pictures, they're so grateful.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's honestly, it's the best job.
You're so lucky that you were able to learn about this. It was obviously the path that you were supposed to be on. That you
Yeah,
learned
for
it from your
sure.
little pug, and then you were able to get your, the training, and then start this business, this company, which is just so great.
Yeah, and you know what? For us to see this grow organically, like just from
Mm-hmm.
word of mouth and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm seeing dogs, for the sixth time.
Mm-hmm.
They come once a year and you see them for the sixth time and they and not that they haven't had to go to the vet to get an extraction or whatever,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, but they're keeping up on it.
Yeah.
And some people can't get in the dog's mouth at all, like I've been saying, even to do any care at home. So what they say is, Jill, you know what? I'm not fighting with my dog. I'm bringing them to you.
Yeah.
Every 6 months or you tell me, I'll bring my dog to you.
Yeah. No, I completely get that. So have you ever attempted doing cats?
Yeah, so we do cats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Tell me about the
yeah,
cats.
we do cats.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with cats, we say we can do about 75% of the
Okay.
cats. If the cat can't be handled, if it runs away from the owner or when you pick it up, it hisses or,
Oh,
it, it it's terrified, they're not a good candidate.
right.
You have to have a really kind of easygoing cat,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
really easygoing cat. Um, And we have had people say, you can't do my cat, there's no way, and we've done it.
Hmm.
But we always ask the owners. It's very different than a dog. We always ask
Okay.
the owners, this is unusual for cat. They're not used to being, in your lap with a blanket around them
Mm-hmm.
in their mouths.
Mm-hmm.
So usually the owner says yay or nay. They go,
Okay.
my cat would never do it. And I just let them, if that's how they feel about their cat, I go, okay, then we won't do it.
But people have definitely brought their cats in.
Oh, yes, I did. Let's see. Myself, I've done like 10 in the last week.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Yikes.
yeah. So we do cats, way more dogs, but we do
Mm-hmm.
do cats.
Well, it's true because I know that I've taken the cats when my cats have gone to the vet and they always look in their teeth and they say, well, there's some plaque buildup. I see that, not too bad or
Hmm.
whatever. But I did have one vet that she would say, well, I'll buy you a little time here. And she would put her thumbnail just where the plaque had built up and just like
And flick it off.
flick it off.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. But it built up, I could see. Um,
Right.
the way the built up, I don't know if it's different for dogs or cats, but I did know that one of my cats, she had it, and I could tell, and you could see if I look in her mouth, the plaque, the way it builds up, it's like it's scraping on her, like on the cheek inside,
Yes.
and it
Yes.
hurts.
Yeah,
You can tell
absolutely.
by the way
Yeah.
they're eating.
Yes. And sometimes, with cats, people don't notice it. They might
Mm-hmm.
notice the smell, but they don't notice it because it's not that dark, thick plaque like on dogs,
No,
where you
it's
open the mouth and
like,
you clearly see it. It's
yeah,
almost whitish.
yeah.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
little rock kind of there, sort
It
of.
is.
It's,
Yes.
yeah,
And it's very hard and it forms like almost like pebbles
yeah.
on their tooth. Yeah.
So I could see why that hurt,
Yeah,
at the
for
back of it.
sure.
Yeah, because it's like really kind of very pointy and everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And a lot of people, don't want to put their cat out to clean their teeth. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people have more than one cat.
Yeah.
They have cats.
Yeah, we all do have cats. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they become extremely expensive, you
Yes.
know. So talking
Yes.
about cost, what is your cost for a teeth cleaning?
So it's 189 and then there's HST on it. So it comes to 213.
Okay.
And so we book out an hour
Okay, so it's about an
and
hour.
about an hour, some minutes to an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Some people come for touch-ups.
Mm.
And then we discuss it with them, when we look in the mouth, if they've been there in 6 months, of course, we'll give them a deal.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a beautiful state-of-the-art mobile van that
Mm.
goes out.
Oh, wow.
Uh, yes, Amanda runs that, and she is absolutely fabulous. Now, with her though, she's booked up like crazy.
Okay.
But in Central Ontario, they always can find us, and they can get on the list. And then she comes and parks this beautiful big van, and she is an assistant,
Mm-hmm.
and you just bring the dog out to the van.
That's amazing. So that means
Yeah,
she could get into some communities where there just may not be a place where you can go to set up or
exactly. Yes,
okay.
exactly.
Wow.
And then we go in to different places like doggy daycares, Pet
Mhm.
Value,
Mhm.
grooming salons.
Mm.
They usually close for the day, and then we come in
That would
and
work
do
out
it. And
really
then in
well.
the Pet Values, they can have operations going, and we just come in and do it.
Right. It set up an
Yeah,
area
so it's
for you.
super convenient,
Mhm.
but some people will not put their dogs in the car because they race all over or they, throw up or whatever. So
Mm.
we decided to come up just last year with the van
Mhm.
for those dogs because we really every dog should have an opportunity to have this done if they want it.
Right.
So that took off like crazy. So between the two of them, we're getting around Ontario.
Wow. So the van is super busy. You're saying that it's booked up, eh? Wow.
It is super busy, but what she does is she'll make a list, and then let's say she's going to a community, we'll advertise that community and get on the list.
Mm.
And then that way everybody goes, okay, so if I'm going to Muskoka, people go, oh, great, she's going on July 10th
Mhm.
or whatever.
Mhm.
And then they book into that. Other than that, they can go onto our website and we have Find a Clinic on there, as well as our Facebook. And
Okay.
everything is listed under events on our Facebook.
So what's your website?
So it's Kissable
Mm-hmm.
K9Care.com. And the same with,
KissableK9Care.com. Okay.
yes, and then the same with our Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
Kissable K9 Care, and as well as Instagram.
Okay. And they can book on from the website or they can.
So what happens is, and the reason we did this is because we have too many clinics. We have over 100 clinics now, which is,
Oh,
it's crazy when I think about where I started, one little dog at a time.
yeah.
But so we have 100 clinics now rotating.
Okay.
So we'll be, let's pick, Ajax,
Uh-huh.
Ontario, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be there once a month, and then
Okay.
we go somewhere else. So
Gotcha.
the best thing to do is you find out where you're, if you're in Ajax, you just go and you look in Ajax, it'll tell you when we're there, and
Mm.
you just call directly. There's a number right there, and you hit it,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll go right in. And the reason for that is each individual location
Mm-hmm.
does their own booking.
Oh,
Because,
perfect. Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's no way I could do it. I would mess it up.
You'd have to have a full-time booking agent if you were
So
doing it
that's right.
yourself. There's no way. But that's great
That's
because
right.
then they can take care of the bookings and deal with
Yep.
it and
And
then
they
just
do a
let you know.
reminder.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So they call and they give them a reminder. And so, and a lot of these people shop or take their dogs in for grooming at the different places. So they've already developed a relationship with them.
Right.
So it's nice. They can just call them directly and book right in.
Perfect. Wow. Well, it's just unbelievable the way it's growing for you, and
Yeah.
now you're teaching and increasing your clinics. Something
Yeah.
else. So there's a
Yeah.
huge market for it then.
Yeah, it's been a ride. We're just very thankful, and we're very thankful again. I keep going back to the organic way in which our company grew, that these wonderful pet parents kept going, you got to try this. I mean, they take them to the dog park, and people would ask us, can I have some cards? I go to the dog park every day.
Oh yeah.
It was like, wow, like people were championing it, again. So we're very, very blessed and very lucky and thankful.
Yeah, that's wonderful. It's just so basically I'm just going to recap through what you do. I mean, you're
Sure.
scaling, you're polishing. The pet is not put under any anesthetic. You're using all
Right.
kinds of natural products on them. You're
Yes.
also using all kinds of techniques with massage and I think also when you're saying you're wrapping them in blankets like that, that's also this sort of idea like swaddling through
Right.
like a thunder shirt works.
That's exactly what I was going to say. The
Yeah.
thunder shirts,
Mm-hmm.
that's really what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're trying to make them as comfy as we can and secure as they can. So when they're lying in our laps, we will actually start rocking a bit
Oh.
with our legs to kind of just get them in that kind of, oh, okay, comfy stage where they know we're not going to hurt them. And
Mm-hmm.
then that's when we start massaging. And it all goes back to, how are we with them?
Mm-hmm.
And we put this, spa music on. And next thing you know,
That's all right.
their teeth are done and they get to go home.
It's amazing. It's funny though because when you say about the music, because every time I, when I go out, I say, to the Google thing there, I'm like, play music for dogs' ears, and then they play 15 hours of calming music
I
for your dog.
know, and it does work.
Yeah,
There's science behind it,
I
you
like
know?
it. Yeah.
And it was really funny. One of our techs, Adam, he's wonderful, and
Yeah.
he was playing this music, and I said, "What are you playing?" And he goes, "Oh, I found a new app that it's for specific type of dog. So the
Oh,
music, let's say for a schnauzer, is a certain type of music."
really?
I said, "Geez, they're coming out with everything
Yeah.
now."
How did
I
you
said,
even
"Play
know that?
away,
A playlist for breeds. Okay.
playlist for breeds."
That's that's really interesting. I wonder who figured that one out.
I
Boy, I
know.
tell you. Yeah, no, that's just amazing. I would, as we've said, I would love to be the one at the dentist doing getting this done. I want a massage and
I
nice music
know.
too.
And the other thing, Val, that's really important too is,
Mm-hmm.
and I forgot to mention this,
Yep.
we do aftercare. So I don't want people to feel that we're in their mouths, you go home and we didn't help you at home.
Okay.
So what happens is afterwards, we'll show them a product. We don't make any money from it. We just show them a product or some things they can do. If I've noticed that the dog likes a certain thing, likes to be brushed this way or responded well to a product I have, I
Mm-hmm.
will recommend it
Okay.
because we only can do so much. It's really about keeping up with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whether it's coming to see us yearly or doing a little bit at home or putting some of the, the stuff in the water or spraying their mouth or,
Mm-hmm. Gels.
getting right. So we make a point that is really, really important for all of us to remember to always do aftercare with all of
Mm-hmm.
our clients.
Now, another thing that was I think it was when I was talking to Joanne. She said that in her world as a holistic nutritionist for pets, probiotics, she said, is a standard,
Right.
and she says probiotics works really well to help keep the teeth from sort of getting plaqued. It is a really
Huge,
helpful. Oh, so you agree with that?
huge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I totally agree with that.
Okay.
Just like us, we're taking, and again, I'm not a vet and I'm,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not diagnosing. For, for me, for my chihuahuas,
Mm-hmm.
they have stinky breath, but I cleaned them about a month ago and then I go, it's their gut.
Mm.
Right. So
Mm-hmm.
I will do a little bit of, probiotic yogurt. It is good to keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of things, and you can get them at like Pet Value or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
probiotics.
Mm-hmm.
But it is important, just like for us, it's, everybody should be taking really a probiotic
Mm-hmm.
if they can.
Mm-hmm.
And for dogs, it's huge.
Yeah, I was almost all of the practitioners I've spoken to that do supplements, they all said no, you got to start with the gut and the
That's right.
probiotics. It's standard. Yeah.
For everything, I believe, and this is my personal opinion, for
Mhm.
everything, you start with the gut.
Mhm. Yeah. That's a very Ayurvedic approach. Had an
Hmm.
interview with Teresa Gilligan, who's an Ayurvedic practitioner, and she's like, it all goes back to the gut, you know.
Everything. Everything goes back. So, I'll say this after I do the teeth. I'll say, well, what I do for my dog is I give them a little bit of pure yogurt
Mhm.
when they get home after they clean their teeth, because, there might be some plaque or whatever,
Mm.
and it's nice and soothing on their stomach, and
Mhm.
it also, it helps. It really the probiotic helps.
Yeah, and one of the ones I've mentioned before too is one is goat's milk. They
Yes.
really like
Yeah.
it, and it's very high in probiotic.
It's very high in probiotics.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs usually like it. I've had
Yep,
a good response.
yep. Cats, I don't know,
And
but I haven't
yeah,
tried
no,
it on the
well,
cats. I actually did try it on the cats, and they wouldn't drink it. Yeah, I did.
no,
But
I
the
wouldn't think a cat
no,
would
but
drink it.
the dog loves it.
Yeah. And they have these little yogurt frozen things too you can get,
Mm-hmm.
for,
Yep,
for dogs. And that's nice, and especially when it's hot out now
yep.
and you can, put it outside and give them one of these, and it's really cooling. It's cooling for their mouths, but also cooling for their stomachs.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Big Country Raw just launched something like that.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. I love Big Country Raw.
Yeah, so they've been doing that too. So yeah, that's a great idea. But yeah, that's one of the things. It just it's great that you also on board with that. But that's what she said. Probiotics that will really help with that teeth and the whole bit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome. Yeah, there's so much to learn, eh?
Oh gosh, you keep learning. That's why I talk to everybody. Like you wouldn't believe how what you learn off of, somebody who's, let's say, again, they're doing raw, and
Mm-hmm.
we talk to them. There's a lot of things in common here that we
Yeah.
both could be,
Mm-hmm.
you find information, and there's so many amazing people out there doing amazing things.
There really is, and that's why it's been a great segment, well, journey with me doing all these different interviews with people that do all these things like yourself that are approaching from a different way,
Just
introducing
something
things
a
from
little different.
totally. Yeah, and I'm giving something to people that is affordable.
Yes.
I mean, that's a really good thing because it is prohibitive. I mean, when you turn around and the vet says to you, well, it'll be $1,800 to clean this teeth, it's not that the person doesn't want to do it. They just literally can't afford that.
Right. Like, I would have been hard pressed,
Mm-hmm.
I've always
Absolutely.
had a lot of dogs, and I can't even imagine. I
Yeah.
mean, I had, kids in hockey. I can't say, kids, you're not playing hockey because I got to get the teeth
Teeth
done
done dog. Yeah, exactly.
every
So,
year.
yeah, exactly. So, it's not that we're saying that the vets aren't doing a whole different type of, dental
Right.
exam and everything. They are, and they're doing this, in depth the whole bit. But that's not something that we can afford to do every single year.
Not every single year. And
No.
now that said, some people do it. I do
Mm-hmm.
have friends, some friends that say, you know what, I go every year and blah blah blah, and then they'll come to me in
Mm-hmm.
between at 6 months.
There you go.
That's their choice, and what they do with their money. But
Yep.
I gosh, when my kids were small and I had two dogs, there's no way I could
No.
I could have afforded it.
No.
But I would have, knowing that I probably need it later on,
Mm-hmm.
a real, in depth or some teeth removed, you got to remember that it can happen. And
Mm-hmm.
that what we're trying to do is we're trying to push that farther.
Yeah, and that's one of the things too. I mean, how much is contributing to their when you're getting their teeth cleaned like that? Um, how much is this contributing to their overall health? Like, what would when you're thinking about teeth that are full of plaque and rotting food and everything, this is affecting
Oh,
their
for sure.
health, right? Their
For
overall
sure it is.
health. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And their chew. I mean, I had a dog. The woman said it's not eating. It's not eating. I don't know what's wrong. And I said, you should probably take it to the vet. It's probably out of my scope. And
Mm-hmm.
she said, can you just take a look in the mouth? And I said, well, of course, you're here. And it was a stick stuck right in between the tooth,
Oh
but the
no.
dog wouldn't let her in the mouth.
Oh
So
my
I
gosh.
literally just pulled it out,
Yeah.
and the dog was eating and completely fine, but she had no idea why the dog wasn't eating. Every time
Right.
it went to eat its kibble, it would be like a knife getting shoved up in there.
Oh, that's just awful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. and
Wow.
and oh yeah, I've been cleaning teeth, and I've pulled this piece out, and then I realized, oh, it's a piece of like a stuffed animal
Yeah, like thread and stuff like that.
with thread. and, and I showed it to the mom, and the mom goes, oh my goodness.
Gosh. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
That is my daughter's.
Yeah.
Because you can't watch every minute, right? They're into things.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can see that. And then you're right about the puppy thing too, because that's something that, wow, being able to get into their mouths, especially and getting them used to that, is vital.
Right.
Just vital. Yeah.
Yes.
For that reason. Maybe they've eaten something that they shouldn't and it's stuck in there?
Yeah. And I always tell people, even if you think your puppy's not a chewer,
Mm-hmm.
it's a chewer.
Hmm.
Whether you go to bed and it chews or licks carpet or something,
Mm-hmm.
you know, especially for a puppy, take everything away at night. I've seen where fabric has been wrapped around the tooth, so it looks like plaque, but it's not actual plaque. It's from chewing socks or carpet or whatever.
Yeah.
And they chew is sometimes even because they're either bored
Mm-hmm.
because you're in bed
Mm-hmm.
or nervousness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So just a warning, just be very, very careful about what's around your pup when it goes to bed.
That's a great tip. Really good tip. And at the same token, having them get in and have someone experienced like yourself having a look in there can be
Right.
really
Yes.
important. Yeah, because you don't know
Yes.
what may be lurking back there.
That's right. And start early. Start
Yeah.
early with the oral care,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know, groomers will say, start playing with their feet so I'll be able to cut their nails.
Exactly.
It's the same with their mouths.
Yep.
Get your hand in there. You can even cut up a face cloth
Mm-hmm.
into little squares
Mm-hmm.
and just put them on when they're puppies
Mm-hmm.
and just rub it.
Rub it on their teeth.
Just,
Yep.
just rubbing it on the teeth so they feel a different texture on their teeth. And also it's good for them, but you're just getting them used to it.
Yep. No, it's a great idea. Really good idea. And I hope all the people out there that have all got all of these little new pups can remember
Mhm.
that. Start doing all of these things, working with their teeth. They're getting your hands in their mouth and working with them
That's
because
right.
it'll make a big difference down the road.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's just preventative.
Yeah,
That's all.
absolutely preventative.
We're just trying to, prolong, and hopefully they'll get to a nice ripe old age and not have, and still have teeth.
Yeah, yeah. And let's deal with the breath issues as well, because I mean, that
That's
is one of the biggest questions. My dog has the stinkiest breath. What can I do? And they want something. So if I get these treats, will that deal with it?
mm,
No, I'm
no.
sorry, it won't.
You got to get the plaque off
You
first
gotta get that
and then
plaque off.
start using that. But I always feel really great when I clean the teeth, especially when the mother goes, I can't even hold the dog near me.
Oh,
It
wow.
stinks.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's,
Yeah, yeah.
like, again, I have chihuahuas. I know that feeling. What a
Mm-hmm.
stinky breath is just
Yeah,
yucky.
it's horrible.
So all of a sudden you clean them and they smell and they go, oh, it's like my baby's back.
And you know what's really interesting too is some people have some wonderful people out there that have adopted senior pets, and
Yes.
I love these people who
Mm-hmm.
have gone and done that, because there's some amazing senior dogs that are sitting languishing
Yes.
in shelters and they need homes. But sometimes they come with these dental issues in terms of never had their teeth cleaned, and
Right.
they have very bad breath, and they just need some TLC.
Right. And we see that a lot. We see them bring in, they say, you know what, Jill, I just got this dog. It's
Mm-hmm.
9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, the smell.
Yeah.
And we'll tidy him up for them if we can.
Yeah.
And, just senior dogs, we just do what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all.
Yeah.
And, we don't try to do too much if we can't. We
Mm-hmm.
try to get the teeth all clean,
Mm-hmm.
but we just do what's comfortable for the dog.
Yeah.
And everybody is always happy.
Yeah, I know. And I do. My friend, she comes to you every, I guess she's just under 6 months. She's got a real senior dog, 17 years old.
Oh
And
gosh, yeah.
he comes, he got his teeth done, I think last month, but he comes about every 5 to 6 months. And she says, I know it. She says, I know it as soon as I start smelling his breath, and I just make an appointment and get him in.
It's time for freshen up.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so it's a shorter time and everything for him because he's coming often like that.
Yes, and we do have senior dogs like that. And again, you're not going to, a 17-year-old dog, you're not going to put a dog out for its teeth. Like,
No, he wouldn't be able to stand that. There's no way.
yeah, so we get a ton of them.
Mm-hmm.
And again, yes, they come more often because they want the dog comfortable, but they want to make sure that they're coming regularly so that it's not a whole hour.
Right.
So they'll come every, 3 months, let's say, and I do half an hour.
Perfect.
And it's just freshened up enough.
Yep.
But that seems to work for them, for the parents and the dog.
Yeah, it's a perfect thing for senior dogs. Absolutely perfect. Yeah. I do think these people that are adopting these senior dogs, and it's wonderful that they can come in and get some extra care. They really do deserve
love it.
Yeah, they really deserve
They
it.
all deserve a home, that's for sure.
They sure do. And I know everybody's been out there getting puppies, but there is a lot of dogs in shelters and in northern areas of Ontario, Manitoba, that are looking for homes.
Yes,
Me.
and there's some great places, like there's a senior dog adoption,
Oh,
and
okay.
we're hoping to work with them next, in the next few months, and try to start a program with some of these rescues so that we can do them, pro bono. But
Wonderful.
yeah, I mean, we try to give back as much as humanly possible, because some of these dogs will not find homes because of their teeth.
Yeah, you're right.
Right?
Yeah.
They just won't. So if we can go in there and give them a cleanup before they get to their new house,
Yeah.
It will be a blessing all the way around.
That's great. You gotta, yeah, we'll talk about that for sure in the future. That's a great
Yes,
thing.
we're just ramping up. We do if somebody calls us and they have a dog that's sad and the person can't afford it and stuff, we will do it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do it for free,
Mm-hmm.
but it's usually through an association of some sort.
That makes total sense. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Well, I don't know. I mean, for everybody who's listening out there, I can tell you this service is absolutely invaluable. It's amazing. And, I've had Tundra's teeth done 3 times, and you were the first one who did his teeth.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you did him the very first time he had his teeth done.
I remember. What an amazing dog.
He's quite something.
He's
actually
quite something. He's gorgeous.
Yeah, he's listening to this entire conversation right now. So, yeah.
Your co-host.
Yeah, he is my co-host. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Jill, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to talk to me about your amazing and valuable service. I just think what you do is wonderful.
And thanks for doing this, Val. Like, thanks for doing all the different stuff you cover, because it's really important. It's important to know that there's, a bunch of different alternatives for a bunch of different situations.
Absolutely.
Right?
And I'm thanks for that shout out, because that's exactly what I'm trying to do, is to get it out there that, did you guys know that you could do this? Like, you can. Right. It's out there,
It's,
so
yeah, and it's, people don't know, and then all of a sudden they go, what?
Yeah.
They were facing that issue, whether it's feeding raw or grooming or teeth or whatever. Just having some new knowledge, and it's okay, maybe I'll try this. And then reading. People are incredibly intelligent. They just don't know something's out there, and they go and they do their research. I love when people do research and then they ask me the questions, or, I'm here to answer them.
Perfect. That's awesome. And we've got your website out there. They can contact you through that, and also through Facebook as well.
Yes. Yeah. Facebook, and everything's listed there. Everything's on our website and our Instagram. And, I'm going to toot our horn here. But in 2 years, we got 8. In 2 years, we just, it was a milestone for us. I wanted to get to 800 reviews in 5 years, and we got to 800 reviews in 2 years. So,
wow.
So it was an exciting time, because, every single person that wrote a review on our Facebook, we thank them so much. It's taking time to say, wow, this is something different. They believed in it, they got it done. And it's, I just want to do a shout out and thank everybody for that. That's incredible.
Nice. Yep. And you know what? Those reviews are great, because I have to tell you, I'm one of those people that read reviews about stuff.
I am too.
So yeah, absolutely. Just give your website again, your website address one more time.
Sure. It's kissableK9Care.com, and it's a K and a number 9. So it's kissableK9Care.com, as well as Facebook, which is Kissable K9 Care.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Jill.
Oh, Val, it was a pleasure. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm so glad you came, and I know I will be seeing you soon, and we'll be talking again.
Okay, terrific. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Wow, I just love talking to Jill Thompson, owner and founder of Kissable K9 Cosmetic Teeth Cleaning. It was so great hearing how Jill and her technicians use such interesting techniques to scale and polish pets' teeth. I can tell you firsthand what an amazing difference it makes getting a pet's teeth descaled. And I can also tell you that seeing Jill in action is watching a master. Her calmness and focus feeds into the dog, and it's amazing how relaxed they are, cuddled in their blankets, nestled between her knees. There is definitely no substitute for the vet when there is loose teeth and serious infection. But for breath and keeping up with oral hygiene, this service is invaluable. So I'd like to thank Jill again for taking the time to share her story and introduce to many the art of cosmetic pet teeth cleaning. I'm sure if you have any questions, Jill would be more than happy to answer them. As she said, it's her favorite part of the business because, as I say, knowing is caring. Thank you for listening to Val Talks Pets. Please remember to follow or subscribe to ensure that you never miss an episode. To really help the show and to make it easier for others to find, please rate and review each episode that you find interesting and helpful. And don't forget that you can also email me at val@valtalkspets.com with topics you would like me to address or with any questions you may have. Also, check out my website at valtalkspets.com and let me know what you think and how we can improve upon it. Thanks for caring.